Okay, we got a lot to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, to start with, Ross Coulthard says he's leaning toward an anomalous explanation for the mystery drones.
Has been conspicuously quiet. I think that the difference between the public attention that's being directed towards these alleged terror attacks, the New Orleans attack, I think the difference between the incredible amount of focus on that and the fact that we've now had an ongoing presence in our airspace now of mystery objects that are clearly atypical of normal drones, I think the government deserves to give us an explanation. We're at a situation now where these objects are clearly anomalous, and the government is failing to give the public and indeed law enforcement the explanation they seek.
Absolutely, Ross. These things do seem to be anomalous. The government is not being open or honest about this. It is really unfortunate because I think this is really breeding more and more distrust of government. At a crucial time potentially in the world, we need to have faith in our governments, and this is not helping. They could be helpful if they wanted to, but they're not doing it. So what is the government saying about this stuff? Representative Ralph Norman speaking with News Nation outside of the House skiff. Matt Laszlo of Ascapol caught up with him, and he says, somebody told us to talk to you about UAP. They said that you guys on the Republican Study Committee had another good briefing or something about it. Norman said, yeah, we've had several. What's the mood in this new year? A thirst for having hearings that have some teeth to it, Norman said. So, yeah, are they going to get some substantial UAP meetings, likely behind closed doors, but maybe in the public? I sure hope so. We'll get more hearings like with David Grush and Lou Elizondo. I know we will. I do wonder what they're talking about behind closed doors in these skiffs that they aren't talking about in front of the public. But there you go. He's saying pro UFO kind of stuff, saying that they want more information. They want meetings that have some teeth. So that's encouraging. Matt Laszlo also talked to Representative Andre Carson. What do you make of the debate on the drones in this stuff? Carson said, it's an interesting debate. I mean, we've had briefings in the skiff, and obviously they vary from the open hearing because it's a committee or of jurisdiction. But the challenge with the open hearings is that our adversaries are watching and listening for context and clues. So there you go, right? That's the problem with the open hearings, is that adversaries may be watching. So, what are they going to reveal to the public that they wouldn't want an adversary to hear, right? The problem, of course, is that the public is not an adversary, and we deserve to know. We can't all be in a skiff, right? But we all deserve this information. So, a very frustrating position to be in. But yeah, meanwhile, we have Marco Rubio also making comments, nothing that he hasn't said before, but he's making them now as he, becomes the Secretary of State.
You're on the Foreign Affairs Committee, and you're really involved in foreign affairs. There've been a lot of articles lately about UFOs. I know this question is a little out there. Is there any truth to any of this?
Well, we don't know. All I've said is we have people that have very high clearances, both today and in the past, who did really important work for our government or continue to do important work for the government, who have come forward with some claims about the U.S. having in the past recovered exotic materials and then reverse engineered those materials to make advances in our own defenses and technologies. That's the claim they make. Now, I don't know if those claims are true or not. What I do know is that one of two things is happening here. Either they're telling the truth, and that is something that obviously would be the biggest story in human history, or we have people in really important positions of government who are crazy and who are out there making up stories and who are still in positions of importance. Either one is a big problem. So we've got to figure out which one of these two it is. because the second one in particular would be very troubling. But we don't. All we know is claims that people have made. These are credible people that have done and continue to do important work for the country. And by law, we're required when they come forward as whistleblowers to take their claims seriously and to investigate them.
Okay, well, they've had plenty of time to investigate. David Grush came out a while ago. What have they been investigating behind closed doors, if anything? Are they ever going to share this with the public? What's going on, guys? What are they doing? You know there have got to be frantic behind-the-scenes meetings about these mystery drones at high levels of the government and the Pentagon, probably around the world, since this stuff seems to be a global phenomenon. So, yeah, what are they talking about? You know, if this is the phenomenon putting pressure on the governments to disclose, what exactly are they talking about behind closed doors? You know, maybe if the phenomenon is putting pressure on them to do that, just theoretically, and the governments are, not wanting to do that. They're trying to buy time. Maybe they are in contact with the phenomenon because we know that the control group, at least, has been working with beings for many years while they shoot down UFOs of other beings, possibly involving humanity in a proxy war of some sort. But yeah, they seem to be in contact with some beings. So what are they talking about with those beings, right? Are those beings the same ones responsible for the mystery drones? If they are indeed anomalous. I don't know, guys, but let me know what you think. Meanwhile, Stephen Greer is saying that he has a contact that's saying it's Chinese.
People are going to say, well, maybe it was just all drones. Now, what are the drones doing?
Yes.
I just had here with me they left an hour ago, a contractor who has been tasked with looking into this. And he's quite convinced some are ours. They're all man-made. None of them are alien or anything like that. But quite a few of them appear to be originating from China or Chinese assets.
So there you go. Stephen Greer's contacts are pushing the Chinese narrative. Meanwhile, according to Leper Rifleman, there are drones in Tucson, mystery drones in Tucson, that were swarming this person's house.
That easy for him to do.
Says they were circling his house all night long. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Does that sound like Chinese drones? I have questions about Stephen Greer's information. He has also said that he believes it's all a distraction from his own efforts at disclosure. And I'm really curious to see what whistleblowers he has coming forward. I am excited about that. We'll see. But yeah, these things are all over. Here's in Martins Beach, California. Witness statement. Saw this grouping of 8 large drones tonight circling the hill east of Highway 1 by Martins Beach. They appeared to be networked and running coordinated patterns back and forth. This is nuts, guys. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, and you can see how the red light there and there, they are coordinated. They are blinking in tandem. Yeah, guys. This stuff is weird. Okay, here's a fun one. Here's a weird one. All right, Velociraptor, a dinosaur caught on trail camera by a hunter in Missouri. All right, I'll bite. No, okay, we got music. Okay, all right. It definitely makes it more realistic when it's got music. All right, yeah, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, this is just a misidentified possum. But yeah, I mean, look at this thing. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'll try to pause here. You can actually see like the talons and stuff. Yeah, right there. You can kind of see the talons, and you can see the shape of the head. You know, not a possum. So what is this thing? Could this be? And it looks like it's got kind of like a possum tail, but maybe Maybe somebody altered some possum footage or some fox footage to making it look more anomalous. At first I thought, well, if it's not a possum or something like that, or a fox or something like that, maybe it's AI. But then I look how it's knocking that brush right there. I don't think AI is quite there to make that as realistic as that looks. I think that is something that is knocking that bush. So what is knocking that bush? Is it a velociraptor? I mean, because that's how velociraptors are actually supposed to be, and according to the paleontologists, they were small, more like turkeys or something. It was actually a bigger animal that's more similar to the ones in Jurassic Park. Anyway, while this video is probably BS, I just wanted to remind anybody that wasn't aware, at Skinwalker Ranch, they were finding three-toed reptilian animal prints. And they have also, in the last season of Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, they found what might be the carcass of a juvenile direwolf, an extinct animal. So, who knows, guys? I'm not saying this is legit. It's probably not, but it's something fun to think about. Meanwhile, check this out. Supposedly leaked by a U.S. Marine. I mean, who knows? But it looks like it could be legit. Guy skydiving, Marine, and a UFO streaks across the sky. Is this a dragon UFO that was buzzing the vehicle? Or is it buzzing him? Or is it just kind of doing its thing and it's just a coincidence that it happened to be there? If indeed this footage is legitimate. But it's really great footage, if it is, of a skydiver, skydiving right by a UFO. Pretty sweet. And what are these things? Are these mystery drones? I think this was in Orlando. Really good footage of whatever these are. I don't think planes normally fly that close together, even though they look very plane-like. Maybe they're about some maneuvers or something, maybe some sort of military thing where they're flying in formation. Do those look like military planes? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Speaking of Stephen Greer and his whistleblowers that might be coming forward, Joey is not my name, who has been researching the Michael Herrera story, had this to say. There is a specific group of alleged black program insiders that are coming forward. One of these men took Michael Herrera to an alleged black site in 2023. This is how I know, and I've talked extensively about this, and Mike about this, and, anyway, I'm not going to get into all of that. People have been wondering if Matthew Leivelsberger was one of those men, one of Stephen Greer's whistleblowers, or if he was associated with them. I asked Mike Herrera, who is in direct contact with these insiders, and he told me Matt wasn't associated with the insiders at all. That said, Joey says, we are seeing multiple influencers discover that Leivelsberger has sent them emails or DMs prior to the bombing event. And it's entirely possible he had done so with Greer too, so I don't want to write that off, but I wouldn't find it especially important if he had. So yeah, again, it doesn't appear that the Tesla bomber was one of Stephen Greer's whistleblowers, and I am very curious to hear what information they bring forward, which is supposedly coming very, very soon. It always is. Okay, getting back to Congress for a moment, Representative Eric Burleson says he's still interested in having David Grush on his staff. If you all get a select UAP committee in this new Congress, Matt Laszlo asked, are you still interested in hiring UFO whistleblower Dave Grush as part of its staff? Burleson said, oh yeah, absolutely. If I had any say in it, I would try to get them to hire Grush and Lou Elizondo. Well, wouldn't that be amazing, man? I hope they get that select committee. We need a body within Congress that has subpoena power and the dedication to push things forward with UFOs in terms of transparency and just understanding what the hell is going on. With the ultimate aim of, obviously UFO disclosure and also oversight of these black programs that have been conducting themselves in secret, doing God knows what, lo these many years. We do know some of what they've been doing, and some of it's pretty shady. They definitely need oversight. They are very, very powerful, though. Is it possible for Congress to ever get oversight of them if they don't want oversight? That's why I'm excited about Stephen Greer's information, or I should say the whistleblowers' information. Stephen Greer is just an avenue for them to bring this forward. It's very exciting that there could be elements of the UFO control group that actually want to disclose. And that could be what we're about to see imminently, as always. Fingers crossed. All right, meanwhile, I'll leave you with the man playing a banjo to a fox. Hopefully I can get away with playing some music since I don't think it's copyrighted music, but we'll see. I've shown this video before, but it's one of my absolute favorites. So let me know what you think about this amazing fox and amazing banjo playing and everything else covered today in the comments below. Like and subscribe, buy a t-shirt, all that kind of good stuff. All right, guys. See you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.